Hello, hello. How are you all doing today? Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Just giving you time to log in, try to get some people over here. I'm going to go share this on my personal page for those of you who just follow my personal page. All right. Came on a couple minutes early to give time to be able to do this, to share it over to the appropriate places. Let's see. When you do get here, if you could just let me know you're here, that would be great. That would be so great. All right. I'm using some new technology a little bit to try to do this, so be patient with me as I figure this out. Getting there, getting there. Trying to find it, to share it. Have just a couple things to share with you today. So glad for all of you who have liked our page. Here we go. And who have committed to being a part of the Wisdom Wednesday community. Trying to see how to share it here. Here we go. Found it. Share, share, share. If you can let me know. I see some of you are here. Hey there. How you doing, Sister Plummer? Welcome, welcome. Getting there. All right. I got to share. You've been looking for me. I'm glad you found me. You're in the right place at the right time. All right. So glad to see you today. I just shared it to my personal page, so I figure a few more people probably are looking for me there, so they'll pop on as well. All right, starting to see some more people rolling on in a little bit here. Welcome, welcome. As we're getting ready to go on this, again, I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes today. If you could let me know what city, what state you're from, what city or what state or both that you're tuning in from, would be glad to know who's here and where you're watching and all of that. All of that. It's a beautiful day here in Middle Tennessee, so I came outside to do the live today. Let me know also if you're hearing the audio, if you're seeing the video feed. Sometimes when you're doing these lives, you don't know what's happening on the other end of it. So if you could, just tell me for a minute. Give me a comment. Let me know if you're hearing me. And let me know if you're seeing me. And to make sure everything is working well so that we can move forward with this today. I see a few more people joining in, giving you some time. I got on a little early today. Just have a few things to share with you today. Okay, I know you're hearing me because you told me you're in the Shy in Chicago. So glad that you're able to see us today. Using technology, we can be in different states and different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and still come together, be on one accord. Who else is here? Let me know what city and state you're here from. Would love to hear where our audience is from. The last few weeks, we've been having people come on from Michigan and Tennessee, Illinois, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, just all California, all over the place has been here. Where are you tuning in from today? Welcome. Glad to see you, Sister Wanda. Glad you're with us today as well. Again, just going to speak to you just for a few minutes once we get going today. Feel like I had another download that I wanted to share with you. I see those likes going. I see those hearts. If you feel like this will be something that will be worth sharing with other people, you can think of someone who would benefit from just a little bit of encouragement today and how to deal with pressure, the pressure that life gives you. If you could just push that share button, that would be great. If you can think of an individual, you can even share it directly to them, to their page, but share it on your page so other people can benefit from these few minutes that we'll be together trying to share what has been shared with me. I want to talk a little bit today about pressure, and pressure happens to all of us. We all have some situations that feel like they're high pressure situations. And we often need help to know how we're supposed to deal with those so that we can manage those appropriately and not spiral into negative thinking, negative situations. And there's a scripture over in the book of Mark, the first chapter, around the 36th verse. It says, Simon and his companions went to look for him being Jesus. And when they found him, they exclaimed, "Everyone is looking for you." Jesus replied, "Let us go somewhere else." They said, "Everyone is looking for you." And Jesus did not get panicked. He did not worry about it. He didn't go into this frightened state. He said, "Okay, thanks for letting me know that. Let us go somewhere else." Pressure is defined as the use of persuasion, influence, or even intimidation to make someone do something that you want done. It is when you have an intensity where you're trying to get someone to be compelled to take the action that you want them to take. They'll put pressure on you. And I've heard it said, there's a popular quote that says something along the lines of, "Your problem is not my emergency." And sometimes that's important for us to remember. Just because you're in a panic doesn't mean that I have to go into a panic with you. And when people find out that you have the ability, the gift, or even the heart or the desire to help solve their problems, they'll begin to pull on you. And I believe some of you probably have experienced that at different points in your life, where people have begun to pull on you because they feel like you can do something to help solve their dilemma, that you can help do something to help fix their problem. And they might even begin to grow dependent on you, and dependent on you to be able to fix their problems. And so that can create some scenarios that create pressure in our lives. There are times when we take on such a load that we are so busy trying to solve everybody else's problems, and that begins to create some new problems for ourselves. It can begin to feel for some of us that we're always the one that's helping someone else. But then when we have a problem, then other people are nowhere near to be able to let us know how they can help us. They don't help in a reciprocal nature. If any of you have experienced that, just type a 1 in the box, where it feels like you're the one that's always helping, but when you need help, it doesn't seem like anyone else is there to help you. Simon came to Jesus in this text with a whole bunch of pressure, and he said, "Everybody is looking for you." A little bit of context for what was going on. Before that, Jesus had came to the town and he had healed Simon's mother-in-law. And when people heard news that he was healing, they began to bring everyone from that whole town who came into Jesus' presence. And they brought everyone with every manner of sickness, and he started to heal many of them. And that's when we find Simon. Really what happened next is Jesus said, "Okay, I did this, now I'm going to steal away." And he went to a solitary place to spend some time by himself, to refill, to re-energize, which is something that's very important for us to learn from his example. We often need to find ourselves a place away from the crowd, away from the demands that other people are trying to put on us, to refill, to reconnect with our Father, and to re-energize, to be able to keep going about the business of our day. And so in this situation, Simon came to Jesus with a bunch of pressure. He said, "Hey, everybody is looking for you. We've been looking all over the place. Everyone needs you to come back to the town to begin to solve their problems, to help everyone else." Now, the important part that I want to get to today is Jesus's response to Simon's pressure. He looks back at him and he says, "Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let's go somewhere else." Let's go somewhere else. Basically, he's saying, I'm not even going there. I believe that Jesus recognized, no, they're too needy. They're going to use me up and keep me from fulfilling my purpose. They're going to try to turn me into a hospital when that is only one small part of my purpose. And I have to stay focused on fulfilling the big picture of my purpose. So he said, let's go somewhere else. And I want to share with you today something that I hope helps you. And I know you know it, but it's just good reinforcement. Not every problem is your problem to solve. Can somebody type that? Can somebody just type that in the comment box? Not every problem is your problem to solve. And I know we feel like we need to tackle every problem that's around us. We need to fix everything. Some of us by nature are fixers. We want to make everything, we want to restore everything, get everything in good shape. But not every problem is your problem to solve. Somebody just type this. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Come on, somebody can type that for me in here today. Talk back to me today. Sometimes what we do is we overstep into territory where we're trespassing and we take on assignments that God did not call us to. So I want to encourage you today to be more selective. Be more selective about what you say yes to. Is this my assignment? For some of us, it's very difficult for us to say the word no. But it's a very empowering word. It's a very important word for you to be able to stay focused on the destiny and the plan that God has for your life. You have to be able to understand that you are not called to solve every problem. Some of them are not your problem. Now, on the other extreme of that, some of us have been misused before. We've been mistreated before. And as a defense mechanism, we go too far. And we go to a point where we say we're not going to be a resource for anybody. Don't ask me for anything. Don't rely on me for anything. Don't volunteer me for anything. And I know it's wrong English, but it's the right emotion. Some of us say, I'm not doing nothing. And sometimes we can be in that type of a situation because of past situations that have happened. But the fact of the matter is that it's very important for us to find the right balance. What is it that I'm supposed to do about this situation? Am I called to this assignment? Is it my calling? Is God pushing me or pulling me towards fixing this problem? Just because you can does not mean that you should. That's an important thing for you to understand too. Just because you have the ability to do something doesn't mean that it's your calling or your purpose to do something with it. There's that can versus should. Can does not equal should. Just as important when it comes to being strategic, just as much as it's about determining what I will do, it's also about determining what I won't do. You got to remind yourself, I am a problem solver. I have a lot of skills, talents, and abilities that could help solve someone's problems. But really, it's very important for you to ask this defining question: is this something that I'm supposed to do? Will it make the situation better or worse in the long run? Then you have to determine, is this the right problem for me to take on right now? The timing of the situation. Don't use up your energy on battles that you weren't called to fight and then find yourself powerless when it comes time to tackle your actual assignment. Today, as I'm wrapping this up, you have to make some decisions to reposition, to redirect, and to refocus yourself. As Jesus said, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to a place of purpose. Let's go to a place of power. Let's go to a place of calling. Let's go to a place of destiny. And let's go to a place of victory. There's somewhere for you to go. And today is your day to get there. Make the right decisions. Take on the right things. Let go of things that are not a part of your assignment. Stay focused on your purpose and go where God is calling you to go. If you have any questions, any takeaways, I'd love for you to share them. We'll make this available for people to rewatch it. I saw people coming in towards the middle and the end. Want to hear from you, want to know your takeaways, any questions, any thoughts, any takeaways. But most of all, thank you so much for joining us for Wisdom Wednesday. Follow our page, Wisdom Wednesdays with Razel Jones. Share this. Let your friends and family, even your enemies, see what they can get out of this so that they can begin to make better decisions towards getting to the place that they're called to be. Thank you so much again for joining. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday.